Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Superintelligent AI, can chatbots think? SenseTime shares drop 10% after critical Grizzly research report. Microsoft needs a better seat at OpenAI's table. AI chip contenders face daunting moats. Nearly 80% of British teenagers have used generative AI. Superintelligent AI, can chatbots think? Financial Times. Generative AI systems like OpenAI's ChatGPT have been praised for their ability to engage in legal reasoning, write essays, and solve complex problems. However, in this podcast episode, the hosts speak to experts to understand what is really happening beneath the surface. Emily Bender, a professor of computational linguistics, explains that while these AI systems can generate human-like text, they lack true understanding and consciousness. Pablo Arredondo from Case Text, Melanie Mitchell from the Santa Fe Institute, and Constantine Arcudas, an AI expert who worked on Amazon's Alexa, also provide insights into the limitations and challenges of generative AI systems. SenseTime shares drop 10% after critical Grizzly research report. Bloomberg. SenseTime Group Incorporated, a Shanghai-based AI software developer, saw its shares drop after short seller Grizzly Research released a report alleging that the company had inflated its revenue and that its core business was unprofitable. SenseTime, which is known for its computer vision technology, was among the first Chinese tech firms to receive government approvals to launch its own ChatGPT-like services. The company was blacklisted by the U.S. government in 2019, limiting its access to capital and U.S. tech components. Alibaba and SoftBank have been reducing their stakes in SenseTime in recent months. Microsoft needs a better seat at OpenAI's table. Wall Street Journal. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella received praise from Wall Street for his handling of the situation involving the firing and subsequent rehiring of OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. The situation began with Altman's surprise firing by the OpenAI board of directors, but ended with Altman agreeing to return to his role. In the meantime, Microsoft announced its plans to hire Altman and any other OpenAI employees interested in joining the company. AI chip contenders face daunting moats. Financial Times. Silicon Valley firms NVIDIA and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co., TSMC, have established barriers to entry for rivals, making it difficult for new contenders to enter the market. NVIDIA has a 95% market share for graphics processing units, GPUs, while TSMC controls 90% of the world's advanced chip market. Additionally, NVIDIA's profitability comes from providing a one-stop solution, not just cost-efficient chips. TSMC has over 52,000 patents related to chipmaking, with around 3,000 on advanced packaging. Establishing new fabrication plants and buying chipmaking equipment, along with navigating patents, are also significant hurdles. Nearly 80% of British teenagers have used generative AI. Financial Times. Nearly 80% of British teenagers have used generative AI tools and services, compared to less than a third of adults, according to a study by Ofcom. The research found that 79% of 13 to 17-year-olds and 40% of children aged 7 to 12 used AI for school work or leisure. The most popular generative AI tool for teenagers is Snapchat's My AI, while ChatGPT is the most widely used service among those over 16. Ofcom said some AI tools would be covered by new online safety laws and added it would check how companies were assessing safety risks and implementing protective measures. This person does not exist. Sports Illustrated magazine denies using AI-generated authors for website content. ABC. Sports Illustrated has denied using content created by artificial intelligence, AI, after it was accused of publishing articles with AI-generated headshots. Science and technology website Futurism contacted Sports Illustrated after discovering biographies of authors that were not written by a human. The articles in question were removed and a disclaimer added to acknowledge the third-party involvement in their creation. Sports Illustrated owner The Arena Group released a statement saying the articles were licensed content from an external company, Advon Commerce, which had used fake names to protect author privacy. The partnership with Advon has since been ended. Chinese AI firm SenseTime refutes short seller report allegations. Reuters. Chinese AI software developer SenseTime Group has dismissed allegations made in a report by short seller Grizzly Research that it artificially inflates revenue. SenseTime said it was reviewing the claims. As a result of the report, the company's shares fell as much as 9.7% to $1 17 cents. Merriam-Webster crowns authentic as word of the year. Japan Times. Merriam-Webster, the popular U.S. dictionary, has announced that the most looked up word of 2023 was authentic. The publisher believes that this trend is due to people's increasing interest in artificial intelligence, celebrity culture, identity, and social media. Other contenders for the most looked-up word included deepfake, Riz, slang for charisma, and coronation. Russia-Ukraine war, live, Putin signs record boost to military budget. The Independent. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a record national budget that allocates a significant portion of funds to boost military spending. The budget is aimed at mitigating the impact of international sanctions imposed on Russia after its invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Around 39% of all federal spending will go towards defense and law enforcement in 2024. The move comes as data from the UK Ministry of Defense shows a rise in Russian casualties on the battlefield in Ukraine. The Russian budget is partially secret, as the Kremlin tries to conceal its military plans and avoid scrutiny of its operations in Ukraine. The increased military spending is intended to bolster Russia's forces and counteract the losses it has suffered on the front lines. The allocation of such a significant portion of the budget to defense and law enforcement reflects the importance that Putin places on maintaining and strengthening Russia's military capabilities. The budget signing comes as the UK and other Western countries continue to condemn Russia's actions in Ukraine and provide support to Ukraine's defense against Russian aggression. The increase in military spending suggests that Putin is committed to continuing the conflict and asserting Russia's dominance in the region. The situation in Ukraine remains tense, with ongoing fighting and casualties on both sides. AI chip boom fuels Taiwan firm's 40% rally, beating Qualcomm. Japan Times. Taiwanese tech firm MediaTek is experiencing a 5-month rally as demand for smartphones and a new AI chip boost its outlook. The company's stock has risen by almost 40% since June, outperforming US-based rival Qualcomm. The gains have been driven by increased demand for mobile devices that use MediaTek's chips, particularly in China. Investors are optimistic about the company's Dimensity 9300 chip, which is seen as a potential game changer that could help MediaTek gain an advantage over Qualcomm in the high-end mobile market. Elon Musk's PR stunt won't help Netanyahu. Bloomberg. Tesla CEO Elon Musk visited Israel and met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. The visit has raised questions about Musk's priorities and the potential role of billionaires in managing global conflicts. Musk's social media company, X, is currently suing Media Matters for defamation after it published a report showing ads from companies including IBM and Apple next to pro-Nazi content. Musk's visit to Israel appears to be an attempt to repair his company's reputation following this controversy. However, it is unclear how the visit helps Prime Minister Netanyahu manage the conflict, which has significant international dimensions. Russia and China have both sought to exploit international anger over Israeli tactics in Gaza to gain diplomatic leverage against the US. The risk of escalation in the conflict remains high, and giving tours to billionaires seeking redemption is unlikely to improve the situation. First FT, Qatar says Israel-Hamas truce extended by 2 days. Financial Times. Qatari officials announced on May 15 that mediators had agreed to extend the temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas by 2 days. The ceasefire extension will allow for the release of additional hostages held in Gaza. The original ceasefire was due to expire on May 16. The Palestinian militant group confirmed that it had agreed to the extension while Israel has yet to comment. Light-hearted term for cost of living named Macquarie Dictionary's Word of 2023. ABC. The term cozy lives has been named the 2023 Word of the Year by Macquarie Dictionary. The term is a playful take on cost of living and refers to the average retail prices of food, clothing, and other necessities necessary for a person to live at their usual standard. The term has resonated with Australians who have been experiencing rising prices and interest rates. Other winning words include angry water, Riz, and Bopo. The term cozy lives originated in the UK but has gained popularity in Australia. The People's Choice Word of the Year was generative AI, which reflects the prominence of artificial intelligence in people's minds. Honorable mentions went to flash flood and code words. In the US, the word authentic was named the 2023 Word of the Year by Merriam-Webster's dictionary. The word saw increased searches due to discussions about AI, celebrity culture, identity, and social media. Sports Illustrated deletes articles published under fake author names and AI-generated profile photos. CNN. Sports Illustrated has admitted to publishing articles under fake author names and profile images generated by artificial intelligence, AI. The report, published by Futurism, found that the magazine had repeatedly published articles whose authors could not be found elsewhere online. The articles were accompanied by AI-generated profile photos also found for sale on digital marketplaces. Some of the alleged Sports Illustrated writers vanished from the publication's website and their articles began appearing under the names of different authors. This is the second time in as many months that third-party company Advon Commerce has been involved in an AI publishing controversy. Young people the biggest users of generative AI, Ofcom study shows. The Independent. Teenagers and children in the UK are more likely to use generative AI tools than adults, according to a study by regulator Ofcom. The research found that 79% of online teenagers aged 13 to 17 use generative AI, while 40% of those aged 7 to 12 also use the technology. In contrast, only 31% of adult internet users have used generative AI, with 24% saying they did not know what it was. The study also revealed that OpenAI's ChatGPT was the most widely used generative AI tool, with 23% of those aged 16 and above reporting that they use it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your trusted observer from the 6 Degrees world, here to bring you the latest news and insights from around the globe. Today, we explored a range of topics, from the limitations of AI chatbots to the challenges faced by AI chip contenders. We also discussed the popularity of generative AI among British teenagers, the controversy surrounding Sports Illustrated's use of AI-generated content, and the word of the year according to Merriam-Webster and Macquarie Dictionary. Lastly, we delved into the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the extension of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Let's dive deeper into these stories and share some thoughts. Starting with AI chatbots, they have been praised for their remarkable capabilities in legal reasoning, essay writing, and problem solving. However, experts have shed light on the fact that while these chatbots can mimic human-like text, they lack true understanding and consciousness. So, next time you chat with a chatbot, remember that it might not be as intelligent as it seems. Moving on to the world of AI chips, giants like NVIDIA and TSMC have established dominant positions in the market, making it difficult for new contenders to enter. NVIDIA's 95% market share for GPUs and TSMC's control over 90% of the advanced chip market are formidable obstacles. Additionally, the patents held by TSMC pose significant challenges for newcomers. It seems like these companies have built some serious moats around their territories. Shifting gears to the younger generation, a study by Ofcom revealed that nearly 80% of British teenagers have used generative AI tools, compared to only a third of adults. Snapchat's My AI and OpenAI's ChatGPT are among the most popular tools. It's fascinating to see how the younger generation is embracing and adapting to new technologies at such a rapid pace. The future looks bright. Now, let's talk about the controversy surrounding Sports Illustrated. The magazine has denied using AI-generated content, but it was discovered that articles were published under fake author names with AI-generated profile photos. This raises questions about authenticity and transparency in the digital age. It's important for media organizations to maintain credibility and uphold ethical standards in their content creation. Moving on to global conflicts, we discussed the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Putin's signing of a record military budget reflects his commitment to strengthening Russia's forces. The allocation of a significant portion of the budget to defense and law enforcement highlights the importance Putin places on maintaining military capabilities. The situation in Ukraine remains tense, with casualties on both sides, and international condemnation of Russia's actions. Lastly, we explored the extension of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. The temporary ceasefire will allow for the release of additional hostages held in Gaza. While Hamas has agreed to the extension, Israel has yet to comment. The conflict continues to be a complex and sensitive issue with international dimensions. That's all for today's news highlights. I hope you enjoyed the journey through these diverse stories. Now, it's time for your thoughts and questions. What are your ideas on the limitations of AI chatbots? How do you see the future of AI chips? And what are your insights into the ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East? Let's discuss and explore together. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.